Hey there guys, this is EniamRej, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own custom Tombstone figure. For those of you who are starting out in customizing, this will be a really simple custom. So for starters, the figure that you'll need is the Marvel Legends Monster Series Frankenstein. You can find it on eBay really cheap, so it shouldn't be too hard to get your hands on one of these. The first thing you want to do is take off the little coat and then give the figure a good wash. And after you do that, you're going to rip off his hair. Okay, let's take some needle nose pliers and just tear the hair off of his head. Okay, so the next step we're gonna do is make some hair for Tombstone. You guys should know how to make the epoxy already. I'm gonna take a bit of this, start putting it on his head. And you pretty much want to cover the back of his head and some of the side of his head and just a bit over his forehead. You'll see when I get it on right here. A trusty purple knife. I'm just gonna shape it. Want to sort of give him that V look on his forehead. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit taller. Now for the hair, you're just gonna take the knife or whatever it is you're using, preferably something, you know, skinny. And you're just gonna cut into his head like that. Can't see it on the camera, but it's just gonna be like that. You know, and do the same thing on the top. Just make a whole bunch of lines. Just like that. And just go all the way around his head. And that's pretty much it for the hair. And then you're probably gonna have to sculpt some ears. So let me finish up the hair. My arms are getting tired here. Okay, so here's the hair, all lined. He's just gonna need some ears. Alright, so the next step we're gonna do is give him a collar. And then we're gonna cut out the sides right here. Same on this side. And where else? I think there's another spot, but you get the idea right there. And you're gonna smoothen it out, and we'll wait for it to dry. So here's what it should look like. collar. He's got the sleeves right there. And the final step for sculpting is to put some studs on the sleeve right here. So you're just going to take some epoxy, a little piece, and roll it in a ball. Just like that, and evenly distribute balls around the sleeve. And then you'll be done with the sculpting. So now that the hard part is done, the next step would be to paint him. So you can see here he's got the studs on the armbands. And the paint job is the easiest part. So we're going to take some black. And you're just going to paint him. So you want to get the collar and leave the neck gray. And that's the good thing about this figure. You don't have to base his skin anything. You can just leave it the gray because you're just going to dry brush some white over that to give it that shaded look. So you want to paint over here too. And don't worry about painting the studs because you're just going to paint over that anyways with some silver. So you want to get his arm right here, his chest, the neck, go down, paint his pants and his boots, and I think that's it. Actually, I'm going to paint around his eyes and in his mouth black because I want it to be darker in that area when I dry brush over it. And that's it right there. I'm going to finish this up and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so now that he's all black on his pants and his shirt, and a little on the face because I was going to shade in that area, I'm going to take some gray, Codex gray, in his hair so that on the indentations it's shaded. Okay, so it's all gray around his hair. I'm gonna wait for that to dry, and then I'll do white over it. So now we're gonna dry brush the white over the gray stuff. So it kind of looks like that now. You want to do that a couple of times, you know, paint it a couple of layers of dry brushing the white so that it shows up better. But you'll do that on his face and on his arms as well. And because remember his arm is already gray, you don't really need to base it gray. Okay, this is very hard to do with the camera in front of me, so I'm just gonna finish painting it up and show you what it looks like at the end. So here's what he looks like painted. Dry brushed white on his head, as well as his arms. And I'm just gonna paint over this with some black and give him some gloves. If you want, you can like sculpt little cuffs to make it look like it's different, but I'm just gonna do it the lazy way and just paint gloves on him. And after that, you want to get the studs and paint them silver, and his little belt buckle button thing right there as well. And I think he should be done. Maybe, as you can see, it's a little messy right there on the collar, so I'll detail some more black and he should be done. So here's Tombstone all completed. Got his gloves, still Belt button is silver, the studs are silver, just all in black. And he's got the shaded white skin with his hair. And there you go. Tombstone is completed.